Well, good morning. Welcome to this very first piece of content on this very new channel that still has 0 subscribers and 0 views and 0 everything. But since I rode my very first ultra cycling race last week, I kind of felt the urge to share. So I'm currently in a very, well, for myself, unusual setup because I'm riding gravel. Normally I would be on the road. I don't know whether I prefer one or the other, but I am blessed with the luxury of changing the tires on my bike and then being able to put gravel tires on it. So that's a plus. So as I just mentioned, last week I rode my very first ever ultra cycling race, which was the North Race of Westphalia. It's a race that starts in the beautiful city of Bad Honnef. If you add all the kilometers, just a second, that's better. If you add all the kilometers between the checkpoints, you're definitely going to ride more than 1,000 kilometers. You're most definitely gonna have to overcome more than 10,000 meters of elevation gain, which is quite a lot. So my goal was that I wanted to finish the race. Unfortunately, after around 500 kilometers, my stomach didn't want to work with me anymore. So essentially what happened was I had great legs, I had no pain at all. The first day went really smooth. I crossed 2 checkpoints, did about 340 kilometers. Great. Went to a hotel, had roughly 5 hours of sleep, and then the next day I was motivated to do it again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change to this view because it's getting a little bit more curvy and hilly and technical out here. As I said, I had great legs, I felt good, I had no pain. I wasn't able to eat as much as I was supposed to in order to keep myself with enough energy reserves. And that definitely was an issue. Oh wow, that's one thing about riding gravel. You see like some really beautiful places. Anyways, at some point I crossed the 3rd checkpoint and I thought about, okay, what am I going to do? I was at like some sort of a crossroad, and one way led to continuing the race. The other led to sort of like back into the area where the race started and where I had my car parked and everything. I kind of felt like I'm not going to be able to overcome that stomach issue because whenever I was trying to eat more, the food it just wouldn't stay in. So I was almost about to throw up. So I decided to go back and scratch from the race. But I still feel very proud on what I achieved because, to be honest, I've never ridden 500 kilometers in around about 28 hours. For me, it's a great achievement. So I'm not sour about scratching from the race. I'm actually fine. I am more motivated now to compete in more ultra cycling events. Since I know that my legs are going to work, that's not going to be an issue. I have to train my stomach, and I've read about like some of the top riders, they actually train that sort of stuff as well, where they train their stomach to process copious amounts of food in order to not lose energy. So I'm using the same bike that I've been using in the race, which is a Titus Roadrunner titanium frame. The manufacturer that's selling them is Planet X in the UK, and they're saying the maximum tire clearance for this frame is 35 mil, which I don't think is very accurate. I think I have to go here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Which I don't think is accurate because so I was running road tires on them for the race, 32, which are like really comfy. And now I put some 40s on there, and I feel there's still some clearance left. So I guess you could probably put some 45s on there without any issues. It's getting a bit uphill here. And uphill again. I think I'm going to build in a little interval here up to the top. Let's go. Woo! Yeah, baby. Whew. Hey. Woo. That was nice. Whew. All right. We just passed the first sort of summit. At least that's what that's what my Wahoo head unit calls it. It's kind of weird. If you want to set this up the way you want it, it's impossible to do. There are like 3 settings for what Wahoo recognizes a summit, and I'm already on the longest one, so it should only, recognize climbs that have a certain length or average gradient, ideally both, but yeah, I feel it's kind of useless. So hey Wahoo, if you're listening to this, maybe you should let the users decide what a summit is and what not, because a 1 kilometer climb and an average gradient of 4% or 5% is not a summit. But well, it is what it is, I guess. One thing that I find interesting, and before we go into this climb, this summit, I saw when I was going up the first climb, I saw that my pulse was back to normal again, because something that I noticed during that 28 hours that I spent in the ultra race was that at some point my heart rate wouldn't go above 133, 135, even at climbs. And now you might be thinking, well, that's amazing. I mean, that's like every sort of, athlete's dream. You're doing like a really heavy effort going up a mountain, and your pulse, your heart rate stays relatively low. But what it was, as I found out afterwards, was that the body just adapts to you being in the saddle for like 8, 9, 10 hours. And it's kind of predicting, like, okay, apparently we are going to do that for quite some time. We're not done. So we're going to be a bit more efficient with our energy and with how we distribute things. So that's why your heart rate is not going to go up a certain amount, because we want to protect your cardiovascular system. And I think that's amazing. I think it's amazing the body's capability to adapt to things like this. Okay, another summit, but I'm up on this really beautiful plateau. Just really beautiful out here. And to be honest, if gravel means that, because right now, for me, it's kind of a good mix between paved roads and gravel or sort of like sandy terrain. So if gravel means that, which is without any sort of traffic in general, and now and then we're like hitting a rough patch and like some forest and some actual gravel, then I'm starting to become a big fan, to be honest. That being said, I'm currently putting together a proper road sort of racing bike. I'm going to tell you more in a little bit. All right, single trails. That's a new one for me. But oi, certainly good for your bike coordination, that's for sure. Oi. Whoa, but you gotta watch out. Oh. Whoa. Guess I should have gotten a mountain bike. Woo! Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, that's not gravel anymore, guys. Oh, and now we're going downhill as well. That's great. Great. Whoa. All right, stay out of the saddle. Ooh. Woo. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. You certainly ought to be careful here. I'm not gonna go down here. Whoa. I'd rather be. Oh yeah. No. No f***ing way. Ooh, holy shit. Okay. God damn it, I've never done this on a mountain bike. Ay. Whoosh! Okay. New experiences. All right. I almost fell off the bike. So I'm not gonna go and ride this uphill. Whew. All right, while I'm pushing my bike up this hill, that seems to be impossible, at least on 40mm tires, I can tell you a little bit about my upcoming road bike build. So, like literally ages ago, when the Windspace SLC 3 frame set came out, which is probably one of the lightest frames on the market. I waited until Black Friday and I bought one, got an extra discount. I always had planned to like put a really fancy road bike together. But then I was getting more and more happy with this one, just so that let me show you that bike real quick. So this is the bike I'm currently riding on. It's a titanium frame. Currently has the 40mm tires. These are WTB Byway 700C, and then yeah, 40mm wide. And usually I have road bike tires on that. Like it's a set of Duke racing wheels with pyro spokes. Those are the sort of like Vectrain spokes. The wheel set without tubes and without tires is just I guess like 1,080 grams, so it's really light. So the whole bike comes out in its road setup, it comes out like really, really light. And I have a SRAM Force Axis Explorer group set on there, which is fine. I'm used to one-by systems. But yeah, so that's the bike I was also doing the race with, really light bike. But as I said, I always wanted like a really nice, super light road bike. And yeah, so the wind space is going to be the basis for that. I was thinking about selling the frame first, because I was so happy with this bike that I thought, like, you know, why, you know, this bike can pretty much do it all. Well, it can't go up a hill that has too much percentage, at least if it's gravel. But nevertheless, it was doing a lot. So I was so happy that I was thinking about, you know, selling the frame. But a couple of days ago, I thought, you know what, you only live once. I always wanted like a super light, like heavily light road bike. And so I'm going to build one. So I just had to push my bike down through another section because it was like really, really steep and yeah, almost impossible to maneuver with this bike. It was definitely more of a mountain bike thing, just like that here. Sorry, Komoot. That was the last time I'm gonna plan a gravel route with you. Oh, God damn it. Oh yeah. Thanks God we overcame this. God damn it. Yeah, you would want some suspension to go through these some of these single trails. That was awful. Okay. And that's just a dead end. And I am not able, so obviously I can return. I can go back to where I left that sort of gravel path, but then it tells me that I should turn left at some point, or now it's going to be to my right. But there isn't any sort of way to go, really. God damn it. Because I can't just go through this stupid field here. This is private property. I can't just ride through it, so the only way I can see is gonna work. I mean, am I supposed to go up here, really? Okay, let's see where this leads me. I'm kind of weirded out. Let's see. This is more like tracks from a tractor, but not something that looks like a oh God. What? Yeah, next time I'm just staying on the gravel path. Unbelievable. Thank you, Komoot, again. Last time I'm going to plan something gravel related with you. I mean, is it just me, or I mean, whenever I see people riding on gravel, that's not what I see. I don't see weird single trails that you can almost not see and that are like just full of bush and trees. Probably scratching my legs already everywhere. Get some battle scars. Okay, I just had to like push the bike down again in a section. Oh my god, 16%, 9%, a lot better. I just had to push my bike down again on a section that was basically a single trail with like lots of really tree roots floating around everywhere, stones, unbelievable. All in all, I'm a bit torn about my first sort of proper gravel experience. Yeah, next time, 100% not going to plan it with Komoot. Not going to happen. If Komoot was a little bit more customizable and one were able to filter out certain things such as single trails, that would be helpful. So I don't have much hope for this to happen, simply because Komoot has been shrinked down to an absolute mini core of employees. So yeah, let's see. Woo. Okay, so here's the question. As I've mentioned earlier, I'm putting together this super light wind space frame. I've been maintaining and modifying my bikes in the past, just learning by doing, I would say, watching tutorials, all sorts of stuff. Building bikes, I always had help from a good buddy of mine. Kudos go out to Omar, my most trusted bike mechanic. So I always had help with the difficult tasks, but this time I'm actually super motivated to build it up entirely myself. I've built the tools, I've bought the tools and everything. I think the only thing that I would not do in-house would be cutting the steerer tube to length. I don't see like buying a saw with a carbon specific blade just like for one steerer tube that I'm going to cut. So that's probably going to happen at my friend's place, but everything else I'm going to do by myself. So putting the bike together entirely. I know that there are probably thousands of guys literally filming their bike build process and then putting that on YouTube. So this is going to be my very first build. Is that something you guys would want to see? If yes, leave a comment. I didn't realize the route would go this way. This, guys, is a beautiful spot. This is some sort of like outdoor altar, and now it's some kind of like Christian monument. I'm not much of a Christian really, but this thing is, it's just beautiful. It's just a really beautiful place, and I always stop here, at least to appreciate it. All right, already passed the last sort of climb on that route. I'm about to be closing in back home, and yeah, I'm pretty sure the next time I'll post a video, it'll probably be from the road bike. I don't think I can do the gravel thing all the time. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed some of the footage, and see you in the next video. Bye.